it doesn't look, I'm trying to see examples of where this one is used for the microsite. And I don't see it. It's not on the container. I don't see it so ECS is backed by task definitions. It's not called out there. It's not an environment variable. So I think it was brought into microsite's prod app user was created just because it shares the same infrastructure, the same Terraform templates.
At the time that we were building that infrastructure out, Dan, my memory is that the Terraform wasn't really shared with us as well, right? That was the hiccup there. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a copy without actual use of that.
Right.
And when you say these other environments, what other environments was this used in? I guess I'm just trying to understand. Like, how is this a copy?
Oh, okay. So New Run used Terraform to create the infrastructure for gallery.com, grail.com, and this site called GenPossible, which is also referred to as the microsite.
Okay.
So it's just it was like one of the last assignments they had, so it was just kind of cookie cutter from their previous templates to create the new microsite. So there's some info that's in there that doesn't need to be in. This is one of those pieces.
I gotcha. But now we are maintaining all the info, right? They would just maintain the actual content of the site.
Now we employ them as part of the dev team.
Yeah. So
Right. So they're not making info changes.
Gotcha.
Thank you, sir. One of my favorites. Energy boost.
Yes.
Right? It's great.
Right. But if our Shannon is here this week,
Oh, he is. Is he there in the office right now?
yeah?
That's right. Why is that why there's the team dinner tonight?
Mm-hmm. Are you coming?
I'm tentative. It's a Monday. Why do we not do Thursday or Wednesday at least?
I know. We can do Thursday night too if you want. I won't eat dinner until you come to office, that's fine. I'll keep it in Oreos.
And do you know? Do we ever sign into these accounts? Well, I'm trying to understand why this would be coming from.
Yep.
From Prisma.
Maybe we can record it. Record the call.
So that user is hitting that cloud front, is that what it is, and creating a validation?
Yeah. I guess I'm just wondering why are we using these user accounts to do this rather than, especially if it's coming from Prisma IP. Then there's another way it's coming from on-site. Why are we using IAM users for this and not just using accounts? Like,
Right.
you know, users accounts. Here's secrets manager stuff. I mean, like, this is definitely straying a little bit off of what this particular detection is on or what this current call is on, but just auditing it, I'm just wondering
Right, yeah.
how much of these can we just like get rid of these user accounts? Like, for one, it's bad structure on their part if the template is to use an IAM user to do tasks, do things in ECS, because ECS is an AWS native thing. You can set up a role to do anything and everything you need to do.
Right. This is the cloud trail logs you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, this is CloudTrail.
Dan, was it that these were used in the CI/CD pipelines, and so rather than using the individual user when we were first creating our pipelines with Shrey, was this a permissions issue with roles? I'm racking my brain for.
Right, no, I don't think, what I'm looking at right now is just to see if there are any Lambda jobs that run using these roles.
Right.
And nothing's popping up there. Our CI/CD doesn't leverage this.
Okay. Any reporting that might be using this instead of CI/CD? From a monitoring standpoint?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Not when I look at the events that are being called there.
Yeah.
Where is New Run located?
Canada.
They're in Canada.
Right.
This is most likely them.
That is my handle, Cloud Neutron. Cloud Neuron. I don't know why they use my handle. I think rest of you guys are too young. I'm sure Josh remembers Second Life. Are you going to dinner tonight?
What?
Are you going to dinner tonight?
What's the dinner tonight? I have no idea.
Taking Andrew to dinner.
Who's going?
Hobby, Andrew, me, Ryan.
Ryan's coming? As soon as we finish this, I guess, right?
Shannon, Biddy, Sasan,
Yeah. Where is it?
Mountain View.
Oh.
You should join. Unless your wife needs you home.
No, no wife.
But you have a wife that not as demanding. Girlfriends are more demanding.
I guess it's a double-edged sword, depending how you see it. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you have Ben's number?
Who?
Ben.
Which Ben?
Ben Palmer.
Yes.
He needs to call Bob. He wants to change his password or something. Walk him through a little bit.
Here.
Yeah, give me.
510 585 5370.
Thanks.
Dan, do we know how these creds are stored? Are these stored in Service Manager for the services?
It's forward.
I'm looking to see if they're included in the image
No,
that.
Bob needs your help. Bob is calling you.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks.
Oh, right now I'm looking to see if those are baked into the container images that we use. Because I don't see any injection that would happen during deployment.
Like you don't see where it'd be baked in like through environment variables, or we don't. It's. I mean, I guess.
Correct. Like the environment variables won't show anything.
Right. What's the? Well, see if there's a role for it. Shrey mentioned something about it using Secrets Manager. Let's just go take a look at the role and see if it has that access.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to go to tasks.
Yeah.
And go to, oh, no, it's hiding from us. You want the task definition right there, 15?
Oh, task definition. Yep.
Right. Then click on JSON, there you go. And then so that shows you what we're using for, what we're using.
Site, logs, uploads, port mappings. Here we go, right here.
Right, but those are ASN locations, right?
Yeah.
And the container itself is running as the role Grail microsite prod ECS service.
Is this using RDS?
Yeah.
My next thought is, so these secrets get injected from secrets manager into environment variables for for the container. Now, unless these credentials were mismanaged elsewhere, and that's how they got leaked, we can take on the assumption that they got leaked because maybe there's a vulnerability within the site that allowed somebody to run some kind of command to exfiltrate the environment variables. So I'm going to take a look at RDS and this database in particular, and take a look at the audit events. Microsite, logs and events. No, let's see. DB connections. By the way, Danny and Alex, I muted your guys' mic just because I couldn't hear Dan. Just so you know.
Okay. Ryan, what does this service account do?
It has the ability to send emails using the SES service by AWS.
Oh, so just for sending emails?
Yeah, but the indicator of this being compromised and us rotating the key, right, maybe mitigated any potentials there. But how did this get compromised is the next big question.
Right, right.
Because one, if it was mismanagement by New Run, okay, that's one thing. We cleaned that up and we addressed that in a different way with New Run themselves. If it was compromised based off of a vulnerability within the site to exfiltrate some environment variables or somehow pull it off of the site based off how it's loaded into the container, that means other environment variables would also be exfiltrated. And I can see that there's credentials to the database. Now, I'm assuming the database is not on the public internet, so they wouldn't be able to connect to it, but again, the potentials of what they might be already doing or what commands they're running through the container to exfiltrate the environment variables, they might be able to run commands on the machine itself to then go grab stuff from the database. So I'm just looking at the peripheral now to see if there's anything else that indicates potential compromise further outside of what we already know was.
Okay.
Now I'm just gonna make sure I have the right cluster. So it looks like our logging is not enabled for it. And this one here is on this one. Action groups. So now it should be enabled. GPG.
And separate from all of this, I did get that email out to New Run, just to see if there was a contact that we should work with if we have additional questions for them.
Thanks.
Dan, do they just give us a container to run this, or do we have full access to the code?
We have a container.
They just give us a container to run the WordPress site?
Yep.
What's the,
No, I'm sorry, we can rebuild the container. But there's a base layer container that we inherit from them.
is that where most of the code is?
The base layer should just be WordPress.
Okay. What's the name of the site for microsite? What's the domain?
It's the only answer I had for you, Ryan.
I'm sorry.
Dan stole my thunder. It's the only question I had the answer to. Dan is triggered by this site, by the way, so we're gonna talk to HR after this, that you brought up this site and its viewing. Actually, both Dan and I are triggered by this site.
So when does this send an email? So why would this need SES? I guess when someone signs up, or?
This one shouldn't have to send email.
Okay.
Is the real answer to that, yeah.
Okay. But right, this is again like a lot of their infrastructure, probably even this site was just like a copy and paste from the other ones, right?
Yep. Yeah, true infrastructure copy, yeah.
Okay. And it's Gallery or Grail that sends the email? I'm assuming it's Gallery. That's where that was implemented.
This infrastructure should match more Grail.com than Gallery.
Okay.
And I do believe the Grail.com sends email, but it's through SMTP.
Sorry, say it again.
It would be through SMTP. It wouldn't be through.
It was SES.
Right. Dan, is that? understanding too.
Then why do they have that account created if it's not through, if it's through S? Well, we're not managing our own mail server, right? I mean, Dan, any reason why SES would be applicable to any of these sites? No?
Because we have
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
It could have been part of their original Terraform though, because this was a Terraform they were using for more than just Grail. So it may have been just part of their definition of WordPress host.
Why?
So that makes you wonder if there's a bunch of,
We have to look to other places then.
let me actually, let me pull up my other laptop. I'm gonna do some scanning on this website. Do we have access to their original Terraform? No.
No,
Can we ask them for it?
We actually did ask them for it originally and we couldn't get it because they use it for other clients.
Okay. But the state's in our own bucket, right?
yeah, the states are in a buckets. I've re-engineered it
Yeah.
using Terraformer.
Okay.
So, Dan, did you update this? Sorry, I joined back late. But did you update the secret with the new access key secret key, or did you create a new one? Or
Did I update the? No, I mean, since you disabled the one this morning.
no, I mean I just disabled it right now, like maybe an hour ago.
Yeah, right. I mean, and I haven't made any updates to them.
Okay, sounds good. But do we? I think we'll need to, right? Unless I'm.
It sounds like it doesn't use it. Because this website it doesn't use email to any extent, it seems like.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like, to be honest, it just like there's a lot of dead stuff based off of the site because it was just like a template and a copy and a paste across multiple sites. So now the question still is, where did this get leaked from? And that's why I was asking about the Terraform, because I'm wondering, okay, did someone use the Terraform just to create this access key, and maybe it got leaked from our state bucket? Did they create it manually and then they copied it over to secrets manager? I mean, there's a lot of, from creation to where it's supposed to land, just trying to identify what's going on in between.
Right.
So one thing I noticed was it's saying that the last used region is US East 1, and then it says the last used service is states. What that means?
For that user account?
That credential.
I think it aligns with what it was at, like what GuardDuty reported here. It was all denied.
Okay.
You said last user region was US East 1?
Yeah, US East 1, and then it says the last used service was states.
So that aligns with this. The request though is still coming from Singapore. So
Okay.
US East 1, I'm not sure where that plays into it.
Okay.
Unless,
Well, that's your where your guard duty is working out of. If you
I
look
get
at the RN for guard duty, yeah.
yeah. But it is saying that these calls were coming from an IP located. So.
I mean, other than compromise of our environment, the only other thing I can think of is that if any of these secrets were stored while they were setting it up in their own password management system, that's new runs, and their password management system was compromised in some way, that would be a different sort of issue.
That would be a potential for there. I'm still of the mind to think that someone was able to pull it off of the website. I think there's some sort of, because like, so you said Grail would be the one that would send an email, correct? The Grail site?
Yeah, the Grail and Gallery both send emails, but I believe both of them do it through SMTP, not SES.
Okay. And then how do they send emails? I'm assuming it's through Get in Touch.
Yeah, that's an email like sign up sort of system, but it would be like as far as sending emails, one might send an email to a specific email address. So like actually this is a good example. Get in Touch. One of these forms, if they fill it in, would actually send an email to our customer service group, for instance. It does send to multiple email addresses depending what you choose.
Right, so.
But that's all through like plugin stuff that's in the that's in WordPress itself, not using the base services of AWS.
Right, that makes me wonder if there is WordPress. Well, WordPress SES plugin. Right, maybe behind the scenes it's using SES potentially.
Yeah, it's worth checking. I can get you the name of the plugin if that's useful.
Yeah, it might be. I think also, let me see.
Okay, good. Man, this room is always so cold.
I put a few versions and plugin names into our chat here. Zoom chat, that is.
Can you put in Slack, Josh? Because we don't have Zoom access here.
SMTP mailer. So Just Possible does use something though, or
It at least has the plugin set up.
Josh, can you put those information in Slack because we don't have Zoom access chat here? Just for consistent. And this will help me capture all the information for documentation purpose too.
Yeah.
You see the Slack I created?
Don't know that I do. But if you
Yep.
tag me in it,
I'll add. I'll mention you.
great.
See it?
Not yet, I don't.
Unless they have the wrong Josh. I hope not.
Nice.
Oh, you have the wrong Josh.
I do? Okay.
Yep.
That was Josh Hoffman you invited the CEO. Just kidding.
Yeah, I made that mistake 3 times.
Yeah, and Ryan, I'm looking at that plugin. That's the SMTP username used for that SMTP mailer plugin. So that's the usage of that app user account.
so that is what it does use that. Yeah. Okay. Here, Danny, you should remove Josh Hoffman from the.
Yeah, I'm trying to. How can I remove him? There's no remove function in the Slack here.
Dan, do you have the link to the WordPress plugin?
Just for that mailer?
The specific plugin that Josh had listed. Or if you don't have the link handy, I can look it up. I just want to gonna see if there's a known vulnerability with it or something.
Okay, that helps. Brian, you should be proud of me.
Why would you do?
I have no unread email and I have no unread Slack.
Oh man, you're doing better than me.
And I also finished my trainings, not just like some people.
Who are you talking about?
Viva training, Mr.
Yes, sir. Dude, I did my Viva trainings.
Oh yeah, I forgot you too.
Me?
So, Josh, what are we with the tardy people? They don't finish their training on time.
I get that slap on the hand every month.
I know. Because people don't realize the technical people, they're busy doing actual work.
Yeah, I'm right there with them.
Not some mundane Viva training, but hey, it's just life, like a tax. You have to pay regardless, you don't like it.
Okay.
Just based on the difference in versions between what's on Grail.com and what's on GenPossible.com. GenPossible is a lower version. It's a minor version, but
Yeah, but it's still possible. I think at this point, I need to collect as much information as I can.
yeah. Since there's no reason other than for adding users for that site to send any emails, it would be just as easy to absolutely deactivate that plugin.
Yeah. I think, I mean, deactivate the plugin, get rid of the credentials if it's not being used. My assumption though, and again, the fact that they were able to pull it from this particular user from, I don't know if it's from that site, I'm still trying to link that back. It makes me think that the plugin, I guess it's still there, right? It might
Still
be,
there, yeah.
might be behind some kind of path that is still available that probably does need to be disabled. I think I just need to do some additional investigation because I really do want to get to the root of where, or how, or why this was compromised and rule out anything that's specific to the website because then address things with the website itself. So I think at this point though, given that we've rotated the credential, I've looked into it to see anything else going on with the account. Nothing else is really popping up, so I don't see any further spread. This looks like to me that the key was just compromised and someone tried to use it, try to identify what it could do, try to create users for persistence. I think the immediate response right now, we can probably simmer back and I can just dive in further to see where this might be compromised. And of course, Dan, if you find anything or anything, you know, speaks out to you, please just let me and Danny know. But I think as of right now, I think we can probably just pull this back to doing some more RCA on the compromised credential.
Okay, Ryan, I got that information. So you think we're kind of mitigated, but we need to find out more root cause, sounds like, huh?
I think we're mitigated. I think RCA needs to do further investigation, like I said, to see, okay, was this compromised because New Run mishandled the credential somehow, or was it compromised because it got leaked through the website itself? Or did it get leaked from Riggs? It's our state bucket, right, Dan?
Yeah.
So, and I believe when if you create a key in, can you create a key in Terraform?
Yes.
You can.
You can. So it's gonna store it. It should store the key in the state, right?
The only thing is, I'm not sure if this was created through Terraform, this user key. So.
Well, here, let's go check that state bucket then. Because that's my other thought is, did our state bucket get compromised somehow that this key was leaked?
The key itself, Dan, is in the settings, correct, for SM2P mailer?
Yes.
So the other thing that could, I'm just brainstorming here, but the other reason that that key itself could be compromised would be if someone accessed WordPress from the outside. So we have two logins, two users on that site, GenPossible, and they would be able to see that settings key.
But not the associated.
But not the login, right? Not the password or anything else. But
right, they'd get the access key ID, but not the secret access key. Because that's hidden from the console.
Okay. I'm just wondering, like, we might as well cycle the logins for that WordPress site anyway.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to, just in case there was some other way of getting to the key without the secret key, but just one other lockdown. And then I see no reason not to deactivate that specific WordPress plugin since we don't expect to be using it for that. So those are two things I can do at least to add one more layer. I know it's at the edge, but one other thing we can do.
What do you mean by WordPress login?
So WordPress logins, I mean, like a content management system login, essentially as an admin to the site. You can see which plugins are running. You can see, you know, you can add content or remove content from the site, those types of things.
So just so I can understand, right? So we set up this WordPress site. and there's logins to these sites to be able to maintain them, right?
Right. From the content side, yep.
Same for Grail, Gallery, and the Gen Possible. Okay. Logins to that, how is that protected? Do we have MFA in front of that? Is there IP filtering for that, or is that just publicly accessible?
For Gen Possible, we had one other third party that was working with us for that actually created the content for the site.
Do you have do you have the URL for the site? Because I guess my only understanding of WordPress is just like a framework to be able to build websites. But it sounds like you set up a WordPress site, right? There is a backdoor login to it. There's a login to it for like an admin console to the site, right?
That's right. Yep.
Not a backdoor, but admin console, yeah.
Right, admin console, but also this admin console, how are the users for it maintained, right? It's not SaaS, it's just all contained within the site.
Correct.
And it's running on Docker, right, or containers, isn't it?
It's on ECS, yeah.
Yeah.
It's running on ECS, but like signing into this management console for the WordPress site, I'm assuming there's probably no MFA, and it's not behind Okta.
Correct.
But it has an IAM account, right, or a group, doesn't it?
I think it's just the user for
Oh,
WordPress.
shit, just static, just.
Do you have the URL? Someone have the URL? Can they send it to me?
See, what the idea is that all our properties have an MFA. So Stress, we should look into see how integrated with this, with this thing on Amazon, right?
It's on Amazon, yeah.
At this, just an Okta, MFA, IAM, whatever. Maybe have a jump box in front that, you cannot come from outside, the bastion host. And you have to do teleport to land in the bastion host, then you can manage the site, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we should do something like that.
Then can you open a ticket and assign it to yourself and Shreyas?
Yep.
Get a bastion host, have a teleport in front of it and block all the access from outside. Just tie it to this one and another host that nobody else knows.
Can you block access to particular paths on a website? Like it's a website that has to be publicly accessible.
Yeah, I don't think WordPress has, inherently that kind of security.
I don't think so either.
I doubt it, yeah.
Maybe there's a plugin to enable either Okta and MFA.
Yeah.
This is also essentially an admin console to public sites for us.
Yeah.
So, and Dan, you said you have the logs for these. Where are these logs at?
Logs for,
I guess it's just the ECS logs.
yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. This is running in AWS, right? Even ChatGPT thinking longer than usual to answer this. Trust me, I'm not a big fan of these CMSs. They're all crap. The best thing is to host something like Confluence. I know SharePoint still a lot safer. But anyways, it says to put a cloud front in front of it, okay? Then put an AWS WAF. Then use the ALB in the front, public facing subnet. Then use the secret manager. And then use the ACM TLS certs for the CloudFront and ALB.
Here, Dan, can you send that over Slack? Here, Danny, let's just delete that.
Yeah. Let me just create a new one. Don't put that there. So.
Danny, do we have a new account or new channel?
Yep, I just did. Josh, you see it this time?
Hang on. You can see it. Yep.
Do we know what the login is for Grail and Gallery?
The URL for the logins?
Yeah.
It is. Let me copy it. And that would be similar for Gem Possible, by the way.
Is Gallery WordPress as well?
No. Mm.
Is this Grail and Gem Possible?
Yep.
And then the user accounts in there. This is New Run has these accounts. We don't have them because they manage the content of it.
No, not for Gem Possible. In fact, that's a static content site. Nothing has changed in it, so no one's managing the content for that right now. Dan and I are the only ones, I believe, with an admin account to that site at the moment.
But for Grail, it's different though, right?
For Grail, it's different. Yep. That's user accounts for Corp Comms and New Run and myself. So quite a few people logging into that site from a content site.
Okay.
Dan, the name of that other group that Meredith was working with for the content of Gen Possible was named Visual Goodness.
Yeah.
But they were subcontracted through whoever Meredith uses for that. That wasn't New Run.
Right. Okay.
And that was purely content oriented. They handed us the code. We actually put it on top of the platform.
Right.
That's without them having direct access to any DevOps, right?
I think, for now, Dan, I guess you'll look into how we can lock down those console sign-ins, 'cause I'm wondering if that was maybe, well, I guess you said you wouldn't have access to the key ID or the actual secret in the plugin, right, console?
Right.
But I mean, I think still regardless, right, these are essentially admin consoles for two public-facing websites, we should lock them down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep investigating to see if there's maybe a vulnerability for these sites. I'll run some scans. I'll see if there's maybe a way that I can intercept the key myself. Maybe when I try to go send an email, just to see if that's potential for where it got exfiltrated from. And if I can't find anything there, then Josh, maybe I'll follow up with you, and that's where we might want to communicate with Numerant to see, like, okay, you guys created this key. How did you do it? Was this potentially leaked? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, there's already CloudFront and WAF for all those sites, so it's just a matter, I can go in and add some behaviors to the CloudFront to narrow who can access that admin console.
Yeah, if you can do that, if you can somehow just strip away, like, anybody being able to hit it in general, or if there's like an MFA plugin, I mean, at the bare minimum, right, we just need some kind of.
Yeah. I'm thinking that the quickest thing to do is just limit that CloudFront admin access via IP and just have it making sure it has to come through the ground network.
Yep. Yep.
And then go through and figure out where else I need to harden things.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Good place to start.
Good stuff. Okay, yeah. I've got nothing else on this. Danny, Alex, thoughts?
No, so I said, let's just take the precaution to secure this site because this is a crazy way of running it.
Yeah.
There are other activities that we're trying to plan for and get funded for to move the site and other WordPress site completely out of our network into more hardened environments that are specific to WordPress hosting, just because WordPress has such a target on it. Yeah. So the timing of that is unclear and the funding for that is unclear, but we already have the account. We just need to actually do the work to move it, and it at least removes one more.
Josh, is there a plan? Can you share that with me, Ryan, and the team? Yeah, but because it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just share with you guys right now. It's WP Engine is the sort of enterprise level WP Engine platform that is specific to WordPress hosting. That they're very good at keeping up with all the WordPress vulnerabilities and making sure that it's specifically good for WordPress hosting.
Yeah. At least, let's look at it to see what is the feasibility. Otherwise, we have the immediate actions we can take, not to have, URL to be accessible from outside. We can easily build, SSL or TLS for it as well.
Yeah, but, I mean, I think that one's a more long-term plan. Yeah. We're hopeful that we could do something like that by first quarter of this coming year.
Yeah. Well, let's see what is the effort. Maybe it's, is a low effort or medium effort, we can do it sooner. There's no need, for a site like this to be vulnerable anyways. We can bring it up in our cybersecurity working group as well.
Great, thank you.
Thanks. And then maybe, Josh, if you can put a few pages, maybe I invite you to come and present it as well. Cool.
Yeah, be happy to.
Always good to have you, Josh. Sorry about this, but hey.
Oh, good to see you guys.
Thank you. Same here.
Appreciate what you guys do.
Nice meeting you. Nice
hold
meeting you, Josh.
Don't get up. Hold on. Because I have this, fetish, like I take pictures of the team when they work as a group. Oh, Danny's there, yeah. Okay.
I'm there.
Alex, I'm a little worried about your word choice there.
Yeah, same.
What did he say? What did you say, Alex?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
English is not his first language, so
Yeah, my second language. What I meant that my wife usually likes to take a picture of the food whenever we go to a restaurant.
Right.
Mine is like
fair.
take pictures.
Of the team gathering.
I mean, I'm obsessed not to have a fetish, so I
Appreciate it.
Cheerios. Thank you.
Okay, so I will get the RCA going without a key facts, and Ryan, I will review with you. So while this memory is still fresh.
Yeah, a couple of things. Yeah, so I think you can take notes this whole entire time, Danny. So again, I just need to dive in further to see if I can find a way that maybe there's a vulnerability for the site. Run some scans, see if there's a way that I can potentially extract out these credentials, and that's what we can say. Like, okay, that's how these were leaked. Again, if we don't find that, if I can't find that, then we need to potentially go back to new run, or maybe go back to the drawing board. Like, okay, how else could these potentially have leaked? I'll still do some peripheral investigation into the account, see if there's any other suspicious activity. First run through, I didn't see anything else. There definitely are some answers that I have, or some questions that I have around, particular IAM users in there and why are we signing into them, but we can talk about that later. Danny, one of the action items that we do need to put on here is probably clean up these resources or this access that was created based off of this just kind of being a template and just like a cookie cutter placement, right? Like this SES that's in there, right? This didn't need to be there to begin with. So there's probably other things that might need to be cleaned up as well.
Yep.
Who needs to do the clean up? Who needs to own that, I guess?
Dan will take on.
Dan?
Yeah.
Okay,
Dan and I can work on it. I think, but I want Danny should focus on locking down those admin consoles because I think that's harder for one. Right?
Yeah, Dan, your quarterback it, and Josh, Shreyas, Ryan, myself, Danny are available to you. And the reason I brought up Josh, I'm a big fan of teamwork across the aisle, because a lot of time people are like, no, I gotta just have my own team, I gotta do my own. But whenever I see these examples of working across different groups, this is why in all hands you will see the pictures of a lot of team effort, team outing, that sort of stuff. That's what I meant, and this is a good example of it. Cheerios. Thank you.
Hey Dan, one more thing, Dan, just for my notes. Do you have any action item? Can you recap your action item?
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, my action items, I need to harden access to the admin consoles for WordPress and Craft CMS.
Clean up the account. Unnecessary stuff to go away, and then Josh already has a proposal for a long term. We need to evaluate to see if we can pull it in. Because this is the type of site that affects our reputation. I don't want this kind of to sitting out there taking a backseat. Given everything else we have, this is not one of those things I can't take it back.
Josh, your long-term plan, can you send that me to email so I have something, I can link that in the RCA so we don't forget?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, you have a plan, right? I think it looks like you share with someone.
Yeah, for
Can you-
WP Tim.
Yeah, can you share that with me, a doc or whatever, just drop in a chat something so we don't lose track of that?
Yeah, and right now they're ideas.
Yeah.
Any documentation?
Just ideas.
Just ideas? Raw ideas?
Yeah.
I will put that in there though, just into our chat, just so you have.
Yeah, just put something there so we don't forget. I just want to capture all this in RCA. So RCA, it's a good learning point. So I don't want to, it's important, right?
Yeah.
My goal is to make the ideas to come true. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry for the nagging. Want to make sure we don't walk away and we forget all these things we talk about.
Actually, Dan, this is another good use case for for Project Camelot, because we build different life cycles for this anyway. We can really build the governance and hardening all automatic. So Josh and content guys don't need to worry about the nitty gritty of the security and infrastructure. They can just launch them on their own, but we make sure that they're safe. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thanks,
Okay. Josh, you drop it in chat, whatever you have, so I have it documented.
Will do.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thanks,
all.
guys. Thank you so much.
Wee-oo. Come on, bro. English our second language. Fetish. I don't know.
What did you say that they were saying?
I said I have this. I was saying, I always like to take the pictures.
Yeah, I got that. But what was the word you say? Something.
Fetish. I have a fetish taking pictures.
What does a fetish mean? What does that mean?
Fetish means like, I said that some people that they're twisted, they're taking the sexual.
Oh,
that fetish. I like that. I'm like, I don't think that way.
I know that. I know
I have
that.
a dirty mind.
No, you're just making a point.
Yeah, my mind is very clear. I'm
Yeah,
innocent.
So Ryan brought that up. That was an appropriate word.
No, Ryan didn't. Just said, well, don't say that for too loud.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You know it.
FET, yes, I changed.